Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Happy Saturday. Hello. How is everybody doing on this lovely Saturday? Woo. I apparently haven't had enough time for my coffee to kick in. Also, I'm not centered in my shelves anymore. That's odd. Why can't I see more of that side than that side? I am very confused. This is what happens when you take your computer elsewhere for a couple days and then come back and everything's all weird. Anyways, hello, friends. Hello. What's everyone going to be working on today? I'm going to be probably finishing up project Second Story today, which is very exciting. I don't really have anything else to write in it. This is just me probably going back through and seeing what else I can add. It's not going to be a large drafting day. It's just going to be a fun, just a fun kind of, seeing what else I can add to it day. I don't really want to be done it. That's probably what I'm balking at a little bit today, but that's all right. That's all right. It's an interesting Saturday, that's for sure. But anyways, hello, Harriet. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Working on Broken Legend. Wow. And you've already come at this stream writing almost 3,000 words. You are just a legend, Harriet. That's amazing. That's incredible. Hello, Catherine. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. I love it. Opening up my computer. What am I going to work on today? Just going to see what this next little chunk does. Yeah, it feels done. This project feels complete, and I don't want it to be done. I thought I still had a little bit more to write scene-wise, but I looked at it last night, and the scene doesn't really work anymore in the story the way that I've ended the previous scene. So we'll go see what ends up happening today. What ends up going on? Ugh. That is okay. And you've definitely beat that writing slump. My goodness me. Writing 3,000 words in a day. Holy man. That's incredible. It is a nice day out today. Past few days have been gross hot, but today is not too bad. This dress is bothering me today. Having a weird few body days. That's interesting. The material is bothering me. I might go put on a different dress or a different shirt or something. Yes, agreed. Oh my gosh, you're 58,354 words into your project. Guess how many words I'm into mine, Harriet? This is wild. 58,353 words. We're the exact same word count, off by one word. That is wild. Oh my gosh. I'm baffled. Look at us go. We have the same word count in both of our projects right now. Whoa. I love it. Wow. What are the odds? It's so fun. So cool. Anyways, friends, let me get my D&D dice ready. Let me get my D20s out and prepared. What are we going to go for today? Are we going to go for Sage dice? Sage dice? I don't play Sage. Sage is a character in my novel. We're going to go for Dippy dice. Dippy is my D&D character. Sage dice? What? Never played Sage for D&D. Wow. Okay. Anyways, alrighty, we're gonna do some D20 sprints today. For our warm-up sprint, I'm just gonna roll 1. How does a 16-minute sprint sound for a warm-up sprint? 16 minutes seems like a pretty reasonable sprint number. "16 minutes." Let me put up our little banner here, and we'll just kind of dive right in. Final word project is, oh, is this a second draft, Harriet, that you're doing, or a later draft, or is this your first draft and you're just estimating that that's what it's going to be? Because, damn, that's a beefy book. I love it. First draft, wow. Good for you, Harriet. That's wild. Good luck. Gosh, how many words is the most I've written for a project? I think it was 130,000 was the most words I've ever written on a project. And I'm like a chronic overwriter. Although one of my projects now that I'm working on is my very first like high fantasy. And it is multiple POV, and the way that it's sitting right now, it's sitting at like 40 some K. And I've only really worked in one point of view, and it's not even at the halfway mark. So it's going to be a beefy story. 2,000 words per chapter, 4 different point of views. Yeah, it's the different point of views that's going to make it huge, which I love. I love me some high fantasy. Anyways, my friends, let's get this first sprint down and started, shall we? Let's sprint, my friends, in 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. How do we feel at the end of that sprint, my friends? Excuse me. Ooh. How are we feeling? I went and got a different shirt on. This is much more comfortable. Much more comfortable. That's okay. I ended up kind of reading through a little bit of my project, a couple chapters previous to what I wrote yesterday. And then I've added so far 129 words, which is fun. We're kind of trying to see how this ending will flow. But yes, how do you guys feel after the end of that first lovely sprint? 312 words written for Harriet. Incredible. Good chunk of words. We love it. Yeah. Oh, I'm tired today. I don't know why. Oh, I turned my air off. Oh, no. We're all good. No, we're all good. I have like 3 books on the go through Goodreads, but I'm not actively reading any of them. I've been trying to find a good fit for this weekend, and I'm just in like a weirdly apathetic mood. I don't know what it is. But I have nothing going on, so I'll probably, after this live stream, see and dabble in a bunch of things. I'm currently hoping to get through like Kaikei, perhaps. What are you guys currently reading? I don't really know. Grumbling at Pro Writing Rain, which is telling me I have no sensory words in this chapter. Sensory words? So like sight, smell, taste, feel. How? That doesn't seem right. How can you not have any of those in your chapter? That doesn't seem right. How have you described anything? Because describing things automatically gives you that sensory. That's weird. Pro Writing Aid, that's weird. Rune of Kings. Yeah, I tried to read the Rune of Kings, and I got like 50 pages in, and I just wasn't feeling it, so I put it down for the moment. I might go back to it at some point, but I'm just not in the mood for it right now. And The Mask Falling by Samantha Shannon. That's the second one. Is that the second one or the fourth one in her series? I never remember what order they go in. I've only read the first one, the Bone season. So, yeah. Yes. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to end up reading. I don't know. I've got a potential romance, which is a queer romance, A Lady for a Duke by Alexis Hall. I have a little novella that I think I might try because it is very tiny. It's The Ghost of Sherwood by Carrie Vaughn. Novellas are always good for when I'm in a weird reading mood because it gets done really fast. And then I also have Kaikei by Vaishnavi Patel, which I was like 6 pages into, so who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? Representing the urge of senses, the use of senses to help engage my readers. Yeah, I mean, you need those to describe the story. So I always have I always end up leaning, and I feel like everyone does this, I lean on sight senses. And I always need to remember that there's like taste and smell and sensations of like feeling. In my other project, Project Dragon, I have a little girl who is blind in one eye. Like she goes blind very suddenly due to a magical event. And so I had to like Google, like, what what kind of effects does one go through when one of their eyes loses vision? And it was really fun to play with because all of your other senses will be like heightened, but you'll also have like no depth perception. So one of her chapters that I wrote a little while ago, I had her like just kind of stumbling out of the room and like feeling along the wall, so I could like describe like the feeling of the wallpaper or like the wall texture she's going by, and then her feet, she trips over things that she never saw coming because like her depth perception is off, so she doesn't quite see obstacles in the way. So it's fun to play with stuff like that and to bring in like the touch of like carpet under bare feet or wood under bare feet or like the smell of cooking bacon and bread and stuff like that. I love me some delicious scents, so I always like to bring them in. But yeah, I always forget about like taste, because even like, I don't know if any of you have ever been to New York, but this is the one example that I always like to think about, is that when you walk outside in New York, the literal air tastes different. Like it tastes like just like refuse and garbage and metal. Like it doesn't taste good when you're outside. So like all your senses are like clogged with that. And I'm just like, ugh. Or like when you're by a beach, it's very like air is like a little bit more humid and you like taste the salt on the air and little things like that. Little things like that. Anyways, we should probably roll for a second sprint. Second sprint. Alrighty. 23 minutes. How does 23 minutes sound? D20s aren't rolling very high today. I think 23 minutes is a good second sprint number, though. Most definitely. Yeah, it's unjustified if you can find things that are there that it's not picking up. I guess like certain words probably just aren't, you know, catching unless you probably like say like it tasted like this. Then the machine's probably like, ah, yes, you were using that sense because it's a word taste. I don't know, but anyways, let me set up this sprint. 23 minutes for our lovely second sprint. I'm ready. Are y'all ready? I think we're ready to go. Second sprint of the day. Let's go for it. In 3, 2, 1, sprint. Goodness me. How do we feel, friends? That is the end of our second sprint of the day. How are we feeling? I'm feeling all the warm and fuzzies. Rereading the ending of my story. I've added 444 words today, which is pretty great. Pretty great. Still cruising right along. We're now sitting at 58,795 words in this project. We are so close to wrapping this up, and yet I don't want to be done. I don't want to be done. I don't even know. I need to add a little bit in this section that I just read. I don't know what to add, but I need to add something. But yes. The other day I ended up, because I didn't want to be done this, I ended up adding a short story onto the end of this story that I'm going to probably include as a like extra bit at the end of the novel. And it was so fun to just lean into like the romance novel trope of, like the epilogue or like the super cheesy ending. It was very fun to just lean the hell into it and kind of explore these two characters a little bit later in the season, like as like fall is coming to Arrowmount, which is where this is set, on the sea, and that kind of a vibe. It's so good. It's so good. Harriet got 692 words. Heck yes. We love to see it. We love to see it. Truly. This is so fun. Yes, I am. I don't know what I'm going to do after I finish this book. Might start thinking about like brainstorming what other stories I want to tell in this series to see which one like the next story will be that I write. I also have a spin-off series that I want to write in this world with Sage, one of my little characters, who is a bookstore clerk. She's going to be she's gonna have her own series. I think I'm gonna think about like doing maybe 3 books just for her, and kind of like do a little bit more adventure-y style book with her. But she's gonna have a little bit of a spin-off series. It'll be good and fun. And I do want to write her story really badly, but I don't want it to be the next thing that I release after I consider releasing this one, because I want to dabble in self-publishing with these books. So I got to do my research. I got to do all that kind of stuff. But I want to have them mostly like drafted, at least a couple more books before I start releasing them, so that I can release them in like quicker increments. Because I know with indie publishing, there's like an interesting timeline thing with like high demand, tight timelines. You want to release stuff pretty quickly after one another so that you like gain a readership pretty quickly, or at least you hope for it. The first draft felt nervous about going on revisions. Yeah I think revisions in my head is so detached from all that kind of stuff, because I am an editor by trade. Like I work as a magazine editor. That's my like day job. So I know, and I want to eventually be in fiction publishing, but so I know that editing in my head is a completely different ballgame from like the rest of it, like all of the marketing and publishing and website building and all that kind of stuff that I will have to learn how to do. I think the only thing that I've really looked at for this project, because I know I want to like self-publish it, is cover artists. I've been like hunting down different cover artists because I want a very specific vibe very specific vibe for my covers for this series. And I want to be able to find a artist that I can, commission to do that. But I know it's going to be really expensive, and it's probably going to be the most expensive part of this, to hire an artist to do a cover for me. I think, what did I read? I think it was Travis Baldree who released an article after he wrote Legends and Lattes, and did a couple months after he wrote it, and released it, or a couple months after he released it. He wrote, edited, and compiled Legends and Lattes in 4 months, which is wild to me. I don't know how he did such a masterpiece of a book in 4 months. It's wild. But he then released a what I learned self-publishing this novel, and what I did, and what things that I recommend through my process kind of thing. He released a blog post on that. It should be on his Twitter somewhere, but it was one of those things that cued me into just the amount of work that goes behind indie publishing. And I one of my friends as well, Sarah Sutton. I've been following her for a while, and I've got all of her currently published books on my shelves. They're in the by my Google there, right there. She as well has taken a course that I'm interested in taking it at some point, to learn about the ins and outs of indie publishing, and how to properly even just format a book, because your girl don't know. I don't know any of that kind of stuff. I just know the writing and the editing part of things. So it's wild. And I do have a platform on YouTube that I still want to keep growing. And I do have a platform on TikTok that I want to keep growing, and marketing my books through that so I can gain a readership. It's interesting seeing what TikTok is doing for publishing and books right now. I'm very intrigued by TikTok and using it for marketing. It's very interesting, but I'm still a long way out from publishing this book. I know that, but it's on the horizon. I just have to learn all the things first. Planning on writing one more chapter today, and then I am going to try and write the last 4 chapters tomorrow. Heck yeah! Finished part 1. We love it. Hello, Amy. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, and that's the thing that appeals to me about traditional publishing, because I know absolutely nothing about the back end of a lot of it. You aren't just the author when you are a self-published author. You are the publisher. You are the marketer. You are everything behind it, right? So it's wild. It's wild. Yeah, I find it so interesting. And seeing some TikToks from a couple friends who are indie publishers, especially Sarah Sutton, seeing a few of them take off and go viral, and then seeing Sarah's numbers after that and how much they've increased just due to that one TikTok going a little bit viral. That's wild to me. And the numbers are so interesting. It's very interesting. Tempted to sit down and read for a bit now. Hey, take a break if you want to. We got 2 more sprints to do. Speaking of, let's roll. Why am I rolling so terribly today? We're going to re-roll the 2 because that's just terrible. Okay, that's a better number. Jeez. Alrighty. So we can go for 31 minutes or 35 minutes. How many minutes would you guys like to go for? I'm also considering buying a D100 or a D60 for these sprints, just so we have more than just... I don't know. Oh, yes. That's really exciting. That's super exciting. Sarah is awesome. I love her. She's done so much in the past 2-3 years of her being a published author. She's got how many books out? 6 books out, and she's been publishing for 2 years, and she's got another one coming out this fall. It's bananas. That's all right, Harriet. Thank you for joining anyways. Thank you for joining anyways. Go have a relaxing evening to cap out your Saturday. It's been lovely having you back on the stream. Speaking of this, Amy, I will also be in contact with you soon to set up a time if you so desire to have me on your show again, or like you mentioned, even though I'm not yet a published author. I'm published, right? Oh my God. Having a full-time job really just throws a monkey wrench into that. And you're also a mom. So like, yeah. And I think Sarah, she does like freelance work and writing as her main thing. So that's why she has so much time to spend on stuff like this. But she's also like, I don't know, she's just got like a super fast way of writing stuff. Heck yeah, Harriet. Almost 4,000 words. That's an incredible amount of words. Woo! So good. Anyways, are we good with 31 minutes or 35 minutes? Which one did we want to do for our third sprint of today? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Yes, 31 minutes or 35 minutes. You guys get to pick. And we'll get this next sprint queued up and started. I could also just do 31, 35 or 35, 31. We can do whatever we like for numbers today. So am I. So we'll do this. We'll do 35, 31, or 31, 35, just because then, we got both numbers in there. And it's a nice solid half-hour sprint. All right, my friends. All right, my lovely, lovely writing friends. Let's get to it. Let us sprint. In 3, 2, 1, sprint. Alrighty. That's the end of that sprint. How are we feeling? 30 minutes down. One more sprint to go. I have officially added about 718 words to this draft today, which is exciting. Rereading the ending here, and I'm just getting to the last chapter that I wrote yesterday. So we'll see if I want to add any more after this, or if I'm just going to call this novel done, which is so wild. My June challenge is coming to an end. Whew, goodness me. Yes, but how do you guys feel about that lovely sprint? How are you guys doing? What'd you guys get done? I will say, the end of this book is making me excited to work with Sage's story. So that might be the one that I work on next. But I don't think it'll be the book that I publish after this one. I also have yet to pick a friggin' title. I don't know what title I'm going to pick. I'm going to have to go back through and see what I end up picking. Because I don't know. I don't know. But yes, I also apologize if you guys can hear my air conditioner. It's very loud. Titles are very hard. I thought I was going to go with A Second Story, which is the tentative name of the bookshop that's in here. But I am like not 100% sold on that bookshop name. Like, it makes sense to the story, and the only other one that would make sense is Adventure Books, which is kind of boring to me. Like, it works. It's a good bookshop name, but it's not something that's like, super story central. So I think it's going to be A Second Story for the bookshop name. But I don't know. Which one do you guys like better? Do you like the bookshop name A Second Story or Adventure Books? Because as of right now, it's A Second Story. And I don't know. It just feels, I don't know. But that's what the title was going to be originally. And now that I'm like a little iffy on the bookshop name, I'm not iffy. I like the bookshop name, A Second Story. Makes sense to the story, and I quite like it. But as for titles, I might have to go back through and go back through the actual draft and see if I can find a fun quote, or I don't know. I also have to figure out a series name, which is fun. Hello, Othello. Welcome to the stream. We got one more sprint left, so don't worry. Sometimes we just need to write things for ourselves. That's it. That's what this story was originally for me. It's healing my soul. I allowed myself to really lean into the, cheesiness of the romance and all that good stuff. And it definitely has helped. Yesterday, after the just catastrophe that is going on in the world, and I also ended up watching the first part of Critical Role's Exandria United Calamity, the fourth episode, which is the last one. And I got to the break, which is where my friend and I decided to take a break and finish it on Sunday. And I just felt so emotionally gouged out yesterday. So I put on a different D&D campaign, The Mighty Nine from Critical Role, which I have already seen all the way through and restarting it just because it's a comfort watch. And then I did my words for this, and it felt like I was slowly healing myself through my writing, which is, the goal. It is the goal to heal yourself through your writing, I guess. Personal version of therapy, although therapy is great. I love my therapist. She's fantastic. Hello, NKR Writes. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much. Today it's been giving me grief. So usually like I have it cut so that I have bangs across the front, but my bangs recently have been really pissing me off. So I think I'm going to grow them out back to what I used to have. And this is like mostly what I used to style my hair as. Now there's just like little bits of bangs in the front and it's just driving me bananas. But thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. No, wait, why? Fantasy and adult fantasy. Woohoo! Hey, lean into it. It could be exactly what you need to write right now. I love it. Adult and YA fantasy, that's my shit. I love it. That's my favorite. While we're here, and before we start this final sprint, what have you guys been enjoying reading recently? What is something that you recommend across the board? All of you. I would love to hear recommendations. As you can tell from my background, I really like reading. And if you're new to my channel, my channel is mainly books. So books. I'm always here for more recommendations, of course. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll for our next and our last sprint of the day. Woo! Some bouncy D20s today. Incredible. Alrighty. So we can either do a real long sprint. We can do 30. I can't do math. We can do 36 minutes or we can do 24 minutes. What would you guys prefer to do for our final sprint of the day? Yeah, I've heard good things about that cute little romance book. We love to see it. We love to see it. I think everybody's really needing something light and fluffy right now, so I agree. Last weekend, I ended up reading, like, what did I read? I read Among Thieves, which is a fun, like, heist novel. It's gritty, and it's set in, like, a, fantasy world. Feels like Six of Crows and The Lies of Locke Lamore put together. It was good. But then I read Collarbound, which was kind of a slow-moving fantasy that didn't really have any, like, levity to it. And then I read Juniper and Thorn by Ava Reid, which is a brutally dark retelling of the juniper tree, and it centers around abuse of all kinds. So that was a really dark read. So I need something light and happy this week. So I think I'm going to aim for romance novels this week, just to hide in a fictional world, especially with everything that's going on right now. Best dark romance I read. Dark Notes. Intriguing. I've never heard of that one. There's such an interesting world in the dark fantasy romance area right now, or just dark romance right now, that I have not dabbled in. Dark romance is not usually my cup of tea. I usually go with like light, happy romances. Like, the Brown Sisters series. Love these. I also recently read Delilah Green Doesn't Care, which was a super cute female-female romance. We love it. So cute. Opened up my eyes to my own personal taste in people. And, like a good romance novel, it made me see myself a little bit too clearly. So it was good. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just need those darker reads. Totally understand. I sometimes gravitate to dark fantasy, like, I hate this mirrored thing. Go ahead in books. More dark fantasy than anything. But right now I want something like Legends and Lattes. I would really like to reread Legends and Lattes, but my friend has my copy of Legends and Lattes right now, so I can't. I guess I could. I do have it on ebook, but I don't like reading ebooks very much. Keep me in the margins. Ooh. I've never heard that one. Sounds literary, though. Margins? I like it. Cool. Thank you for the recommendation. I don't remember what I rolled for the D20s. I think it was 24 or 36 minutes. Which one would you guys prefer to do? Oh, heck yeah. I'm adding that to my Goodreads. I am always here for that. Me in the margins. Yes, whatever you guys prefer to to sprint for. 24 minutes or 36 minutes for our final sprint of the day. Whichever one you guys would prefer to do. Y'all let me know. What am I doing? Getting back to my project. Here we go. Let me set up the yield timer, but you guys let me know what time you want to sprint for. Last sprint of the day. Amy votes for 24. What about the rest of you? What time would you like to sprint for? 36 minutes or 24 minutes? It's a pretty big drastic number change. Oh, the glories of rolling D20s. Well, I guess we're going with 24 unless any of you have any objections. We'll go with 24, 36, just to have both of those numbers in there. All right, my lovely friends. Last sprint of the day. I wish you all the best with these writing escapades. There's the word. And I'll see you in 20 more minutes. In 3, 2, 1, sprint. My goodness. That sprint went real quick. It went real fast. My goodness. How are we feeling, friends? Last sprint of the day. I have officially added 1,200 slides that I wanted to add one more scene into this book. A scene that is definitely needed. It is a sort of it's not really anything, but I've called it like Sage's farewell, because Sage, my little bookstore clerk, as I explained earlier in this live at some point, she is leaving on her adventures with her new adventuring party. So they're like saying goodbye to her at the port, and that is essentially where the story ends. There's another chapter after that that's like the ending, a few weeks later with Finn and Ari, that I've already written. It was one of the first things that I wrote because I knew I wanted I wanted to mirror the first scene that I've written of this book in the last scene that I write, because the first scene that I wrote in this entire book is a scene set in a meadow with like wildflowers all around, and so I've mirrored that in the ending scene where they're sitting amongst wildflowers. It's cute. It's cute. Yes, how did you guys do? Hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you got to pop in for the last 20 minutes and you got 100 words down. Incredible. I love it. But yeah, I'm proud with my work today. Another 1,200 words added. I'm going to still keep going to see if I can finish up this scene and officially finish this novel today. Woo! But the vlog for this challenge, the second part of this vlog challenge, will be going up in the next few weeks as I finish this challenge. I did it. I didn't write 70K in a month, but I wrote about 60K. It'll be 60K when I'm done this today, because I'm currently sitting at 59,614 words in this draft. So it'll be a 60,000 word novel instead of a 70,000 word novel, like I've been saying all month. But that's okay. Sometimes stories just aren't as long as we think they're going to be. Totally okay. Anyways, my friends, this was lovely. This was really lovely. I'm always so happy for these live streams. They just get me into such a lovely writing mood, and I love hearing about your guys' projects as you guys hang out with me. This is so fun. Why, thank you, Kian. That's so lovely of you. So excited for the vlog. I'm excited for it too. I gotta edit it. I gotta edit it. I gotta finish it and then edit it. But very fun. Very, very fun. All right, my friends. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me on this lovely Saturday. I will catch you in another live stream very soon. Don't think there's going to be one next weekend because it is the long weekend here in Canada. Yeah. Next weekend is like Canada Day. So I'm going up to the lake for the long weekend. So I will not have a live stream next weekend, but the weekend after I should be having one. So make sure to follow me on my socials for updates on when like lives go up and when I'm having my live streams. But as for now, my lovely friends, have a lovely Saturday, and I'll see you in another video or somewhere soon. Bye.